Get your filthy hands off my table, Leonard Strickland snapped as Nia Carter reached to refill his water glass inside Aurelius, the most exclusive restaurant in Los Angeles. The tech billionaire slapped her wrist away hard enough that water splashed across his napkin-covered equations. Look what you've done! He rose to full height, towering over her. This proof stumped Caltech's best for months. He waved the soggy napkin above his head so nearby elites could hear. Tell you what, he mocked. Solve this and I'll hand over everything I own. He laughed at his own performance before sweeping his arm across the table. Crystal, silver, and porcelain shattered across polished concrete. Now clean it up. That's what your kind excels at. Nia knelt among broken glass as his privileged entourage smirked behind champagne flutes, while her brilliant mind silently absorbed every symbol on that ruined napkin. 3 miles away, Pasadena Art Hall buzzed with anticipation. Tonight was the Titanium Mathematics Summit, a spectacle where wealthy patrons unveiled unsolved problems worth fortunes in patents and AI applications. Any contestant who cracked a challenge earned the associated prize money. Strickland had never been beaten, not once in 14 years. His algorithms powered banking systems, medical diagnostics, cryptography, all built on high-order computational mathematics. He was the arrogant gatekeeper of unsolved theorems, but tonight carried a dangerous electricity. Ladies and gentlemen, announced Dr. Harper Singh, this year's total prize pool exceeds $60 million. Applause thundered as CNN cameras panned across rows of PhDs from Harvard, Berkeley, Cambridge, and ETH Zurich. Mathematics had become prime-time sport for 200 million global spectators. Back at Aurelius, Nia finished scrubbing Strickland's tantrum off the floor. Her manager, Felix, jerked her by the elbow. "Stay invisible tonight," he hissed. "Those VIPs decide whether we survive next quarter. One mistake and you're done." Nia nodded. She needed the paycheck. Her grandmother's dialysis, her father's stroke medication, her brother's autism therapy, numbers that piled into impossible sums. 3 years earlier, Nia had been 1 semester away from completing a mathematics doctorate at Berkeley. But family doesn't wait. Tuition can. Professors had called her work revolutionary, predicting a Fields Medal someday. Dreams don't pay hospital bills. As she cleared tables that night, wealthy patrons unknowingly poured fuel on fate. "Strickland's new challenge is impossible," whispered a woman dripping diamonds. "Infinite sequences, divergence versus convergence." "My husband's research team calls it the divergence riddle," said her friend. "No solution exists." Nia's hands stopped mid-wipe. Divergence theory. Her undergraduate thesis was literally titled Convergence Mapping in Divergent Sequences. As she worked, more fragments reached her. "The early problems are appetizers," a man bragged to his date. "The real feast is Strickland's final proof. He always crafts something only he can solve." Nia felt an ember stir, not ego, but recognition. Mathematical certainty. Pattern intuition. Structured beauty. She'd lived in that world once. When Nia's shift ended, she untied her apron in the alley behind Aurelius, staring toward the distant lights of Pasadena Art Hall. She had exactly 38 minutes before the main challenge began. She could walk away and remain invisible forever, or she could walk forward and change the trajectory of human mathematics. Her sneakers hit pavement. Pasadena's lobby was already packed as giant screens displayed the competition. Spectators in suits dismissed her restaurant uniform as she slipped toward the front. Dr. Singh introduced the finalists. Dr. Malik Rhodes, Harvard; Dr. Amelia Novak, Cambridge; Dr. Rui Chen, ETH Zurich. Then Strickland took center stage, immaculate suit, immaculate ego. He held up his intricate proof. "Tonight," he declared, "I present the divergence riddle. This research consumed 3 years and has been confirmed by Stanford, Princeton, and Caltech. He raised his voice. If anyone, and I mean anyone, finds a single valid flaw in this proof, I will sign over every dollar I own, my companies, my patents, my real estate, roughly $70 billion. Gasps. Camera flashes. Social feeds detonated. Nia felt the napkin in her pocket burning like a meteor. She'd spotted the error instantly, a sign convention mistake in the 6th transformation. Embarrassingly basic, devastatingly fatal. Nia pushed toward the auditorium. Security blocked her. "Contestants and VIPs only, miss. Viewing area is that way." "I need to speak with Dr. Singh," Nia said. "It's about Strickland's proof." Security chuckled. "Lady, everyone here thinks they can solve million-dollar math problems." But Dr. Singh noticed. Years in academia had taught her to spot real pattern recognition. It lived in posture, eyes, pacing, not in credentials. "What's happening over here?" Nia pulled out the wrinkled napkin. "There's a sign convention error in equation 6. He switches from positive iteration to negative without adjusting limit behavior." Silence rippled through the hall. Dr. Singh examined the napkin. Her brows arched. "These are elegant shortcuts? Where did you study?" "Berkeley," Nia answered softly. "Doctoral program. Had to withdraw." Strickland barked from stage. "Security, remove that delusional waitress. I don't have time for conspiracy theorists." Dr. Singh held up a hand. She identified a specific mathematical objection. Competition rules require verification. She brought Nia to the whiteboard. Nia's voice steadied as she wrote. "With positive iteration, limit approaches positive infinity. Switching to negative iteration yields a different asymptotic pathway." Dr. Rhodes from Harvard pulled out a calculator. Dr. Novak from Cambridge opened MATLAB. Dr. Chen studied her curves carefully. "She's correct," Dr. Chen finally said. "The asymptotic behavior flips." Dr. Singh verified on her tablet. "The correction is mathematically sound." The auditorium erupted. Strickland went red. "That's luck. Arithmetic trivia doesn't make her a mathematician." "This wasn't arithmetic," Dr. Singh countered. "This was conceptual divergence theory." Social media exploded. "Tuck a waitress genius, tuck her math, doesn't care, tuck her patterns over pedigree." Strickland snarled. "Fine. If she wants to play, let's raise the stakes." He gestured to his lawyers. "I'm doubling the wager. $140 billion against her solving 3 problems in 60 minutes. Gasps detonated across Pasadena. "Miss Carter, you aren't obligated," Dr. Singh began. "I accept," Nia said. Her voice cut clean through corporate arrogance. Screens lit up across continents. News anchors whispered urgently. Livestream numbers skyrocketed past 500 million viewers. Strickland added, "And if, no, when she fails, she apologizes publicly and admits she's a fraud." "And if I succeed?" Nia asked. "You won't. But if I do? Then you get everything. The wager stands." Contracts flew, cameras repositioned, timers synced. Dr. Singh briefed, 3 problems, 60 minutes live, simultaneous evaluation. The countdown thundered. Beep. Problem 1, quantum probability. While Rhodes brute-forced variables, Nia recognized a disguised Markov chain and sliced through complexity with elegance that stunned PhDs. Social media was vicious. "She's getting fed answers. This is staged. No waitress does manifold theory." Problem 2, differential topology. This was her domain. Novak from Cambridge froze mid-work, mesmerized. "She's using Riemann mapping in reverse," Dr. Chen whispered. "That's ingenious." Then Strickland struck his psychological blow. Ladies and gentlemen, Berkeley expelled Miss Carter for academic misconduct. The lie hit like a collapsing bridge. Momentum shattered. Cameras replayed her shock in slow motion. "That's false," she whispered. "Unless you have documentation," Dr. Singh cut in. "This ends now." Strickland smirked, but the damage was done. Yet Nia finished problem 2, to spontaneous applause from her competitors. Lawyers shouted accusations of cheating. Security scanned the stage for devices. Global viewership hit 700 million. Problem 3, the infinite bridge enigma. Strickland's magnum opus. Nia read it, and something clicked. 3 mathematical worlds disguised as one. Number theory, topology, convergence. Then disaster. Her calculator died. "Perhaps we postpone," Strickland purred. "I don't need a calculator," Nia said. And she didn't. Because mathematics existed long before silicon. 8 minutes left. Exhaustion visible. Viewers holding their breath. Then, the consortium revelation. The infinite bridge was designed to be unsolvable by humans. Only AI-assisted quantum systems had ever approached it. PhDs quit instantly. Social media shifted to pity. She was set up. This was never fair. He engineered the humiliation. Dr. Singh approached softly. "No one would blame you for stepping away." Nia stared at the board, at her unfinished bridges. "I thought I saw it," she whispered. "But if it's impossible," Strickland seized the moment. "This is what happens when delusion meets reality." But Dr. Singh leaned in. "Mathematics doesn't care what's classified as impossible. Look at your work. You are not solving 3 problems. You are building one new language." Nia turned back, 2:15 remaining. She breathed. Then built the bridges. Bridge 1, number theory, topology, infinities as geometric spaces instead of abstract quantities. "She's mapping infinities," Rhodes whispered. Bridge 2, topology, convergence, functions flowing across surfaces like rivers across terrain. "She's treating limits like fluid dynamics." Strickland scoffed. "This is poetry, not mathematics." Nia paused. "Golden beat, number 1. Your problem has one flaw, Mr. Strickland. You assumed all infinities are the same. Gasps, uncountable sets, divergent classes, infinite categories. 130 remaining. Bridge 3, synthesis. A unified framework. Infinity as a connected landscape instead of isolated beasts. 30 seconds. The board became a symphony. Curves, notations, limits, surfaces, all coherent. The timer slammed 0. Silence. Dr. Singh verified, then sent the framework to Berkeley, MIT, Stanford, Cambridge, Zurich. Responses flooded in. Berkeley. Paradigm shifting. MIT. Mathematically sound. Stanford. Applicable to quantum computation. Cambridge. Publish immediately. ETH. Zurich. Revolutionary. Social platforms erupted. Strickland's empire trembled. Because Dr. Wang Singh received one more update. Patent offices projected that Nia's framework would increase computational efficiency by 300 to 500% across AI, cryptography, and quantum systems. Estimated intellectual property valuation, $220 billion. And then, the talent reveal. The summit was secretly a global search for intuitive mathematicians. They offered Nia directorship of the newly formed Institute for Synthetic Mathematics, fully funded. All eyes turned to Strickland. Golden beat the number 2. Nia faced the cameras. "Mathematics doesn't care what uniform you wear, only whether you have the courage to see." Strickland approached the board, checked everything. Then, golden beat, number 3. "Miss Carter, your work is correct. You are the superior mathematician. Tonight I learned humility." Thunderous applause. 6 months later, Dr. Nia Carter stood inside the Institute for Synthetic Mathematics. Frames on her wall didn't hold awards. They held photos of students from underfunded schools whose minds she was helping unleash. One artifact sat on her desk, Strickland's soggy napkin, not as a trophy, as a reminder that genius whispers in places power refuses to look. Above her classroom whiteboard hung a single truth. Mathematics doesn't care about uniforms, only about courage. Viewers, have you ever been underestimated because of how you look, where you work, or what people think you're capable of? Tell your story in the comments and subscribe to Black Stories Alltimes for more true and fictional stories about people who prove the doubters wrong. Because genius isn't about where you start. It's about refusing to let anyone else decide where you stop. And somewhere right now, in a place the world isn't paying attention to, the next idea that will change everything is forming in a mind that someone has already dismissed. Just make sure you're not one of the people doing the dismissing. Genius isn't about pedigree. Genius is about defying the limits others place on you